What is up, everybody? Fiorious Nation, right here on YouTube. It has been, I know, a month since last doing this, but work being hectic and family issues going on. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Fiorious Nation, right here on YouTube. It is December the 29th of 2022. 2 more days until the end of 2022 and going right into 2023, man. And speaking of 2022, we got, for the first time back in 2 years, the year-end awards show right here on Fiorious Station on YouTube as we recap WWE for the year of 2022, closing off the year 2022 with a bang before we say hello to 2023, which I expect to be an even better year, especially for WWE now with new administration and regime in charge. And yeah, first time doing this in 2 years. Did do this 2 years ago in 2021. I launched Fiorious Nation on August 16th on my birthday in 2020 during the pandemic and the lockdown was when I launched it. I did the first Fiorious Nation year-end award show right here in 2020 towards the end of 2020. 2 years ago, it was me, Adam, as you see on the bottom, Adam Carl on the bottom, and DJ Storms. The three of us did this 2 years ago. Couldn't do it last year for various reasons. Was hoping for DJ Storms this year, but sadly not the case, and he had something else going on. But we got Adam Carl here, right here, my buddy Adam. And also we got yes, and we got another very good friend of mine, good friend like Adam, John Doherty, who has been on my channel many times, just like Adam. We are here to discuss WWE throughout the year of 2022, the ups and downs, and 2022 just being a crazy year in general for World Wrestling Entertainment. Adam, John, how are we doing, fellas?
We're doing fantastic, buddy. It's good to be back on your channel once again.
First time since July for you.
Yeah.
This was a few weeks before Vince retired. The July 11th edition of Raw.
The one that you attended, by the way.
No, that was the next week. John and I and John's younger brother, Matt. That was actually 4 days before Vince announced his retirement on July 22nd, because it was July the 18th. John, Matt, and I attended the Raw in Tampa at the Amalie Arena, which is actually the same arena for SmackDown tomorrow, the last SmackDown of 2022, which John Cena is teaming up with Kevin Owens to take on Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns of the Bloodline tomorrow on SmackDown. Should be a very good show.
I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'll be there.
And I believe John's going to be there live too tomorrow.
I'll be there. I'm excited.
Yeah, so, and cool. The lineup for SmackDown tomorrow is looking like a pretty darn good show, especially the last show of the year. I know SmackDown last week, though, wasn't that good, but SmackDown tomorrow should be a banger, no pun intended to Sheamus, but anyways, that was the last time Adam was on my show this past July on the 11th.
So I know the reason why. Now I know the reason why Vince McMahon retired, bro. Because you attended the last Raw that he was booking.
Yes.
Now I know the reason why he retired.
Pretty much John, Matt, and I pretty much
you attended the July 18th episode of Raw, and then 4 days later, correct? 4 days later? Yeah, 4 days later Vince retired. Now I know why Vince McMahon retired. It's because of you.
Yeah, the last Vince ran Raw, man. It's like, hey, Vince has to retire.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, nobody expected him to retire.
Joking aside.
Yeah. But yeah, nobody expected. But honestly, nobody expected Vince to retire.
No.
I honestly thought the guy would. His mother lived to like 102. Everyone thought he would die in that chair in Gorilla.
Well, not wishing for him to die ever.
Right.
I mean, right. I hope he's healthy, really, and enjoying his life post-retirement. But I mean, that's what we thought. Really, we thought he was never going to retire until the day he can't do it no more.
I think Moxley even said he was going to die in the chair, but
I mean, that's what people thought. I mean, that's what everybody thought. He was never going to step away, really. He was never going to step away until his health got worse, which I hope really, in actuality, I hope his health isn't getting worse and he's doing fine.
Yeah, but we'll discuss more stuff.
You would think that he would have lasted until he was like 105 years old.
Yeah, but we'll discuss
running
more
the company. That is running the company
later on in the video.
For 30 more years.
Yeah, we'll discuss that more throughout later in the video. But anyways, before we get started, first things first. Before we get started on the year-end awards video, first off, hit the like. About 142 subscribers, which I'm proud of. Again, at least 100. I mean, doing this for not that long, but hey, you got to start somewhere. And I'm hoping to get at least going throughout by the end of next year, hoping to get at least between 150 175 subscribers, in between that range next year. That is one of my goals. So it would be greatly appreciated, guys, if you hit the like and subscribe to Fiorious Nation. Really good stuff and content on the channel. Hit the bell for all notifications too while you're at it. Follow me also for social media. Follow me on Instagram at Nicholas Fiore 2014. Links will be in the description once we though this is going live right now. Once we are off the live mode for this video. Links will be in the description in the video. Follow me on Instagram at Nicholas Fiore 2014. Follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiore.31. Again, link in the description. Follow me on Twitter at FioreNick579. And John, where can we follow you on the social media?
You don't have to follow me on social media. I'm just here to talk wrestling, and I always like coming on here to talk wrestling. So I'm pretty.
I mean, John's also on Twitter. You can follow. Well, John's also on Twitter. You can follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Adam, you can follow Adam on Twitter.
You can follow me at Adam Carl 2005. ADAMCARL 2005.
Oh yeah. All right. And right before we get started, yes, definitely follow us on Twitter. However, people are entitled to an opinion, but if you come into my Twitter feed with stupidity, you'll most likely get blocked. Just saying. Like, if you're a troll, I block you, no questions asked. You got like a username like Alexa Bliss Spot Fan 255564221, like that's an instant block. Or if I see like someone in the Twitter feed coming with blatant sheer stupidity, that's a mute or block. Most likely a block. Like some people saying, "Oh, I want Vince back." That's not an opinion. That's just stupidity. Yeah, we'll discuss that throughout the video. Vince wanting to come back. We'll discuss that. Believe us, throughout the video. But
don't worry, damn it.
What?
Don't worry, we will.
Yes, a little ranting, but not too much. But anyways, we're gonna get started. First category, we have the male wrestler. So I got this one first. Category number 1 for the 2022 Fiorious Nation Year-End Award Show. First category, male wrestler of the year. We have 4 categories. Current undisputed WWE Universal Champion, current undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, Seth frickin' Rollins, Sami Zayn, yes, Sami Zayn, the honorary Uce, and the current Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther, the former Walter, Gunther, the leader of Imperium on SmackDown.
The Ring General.
Yes, as Ludwig Kaiser would say it. Giovanni Vinci over on Friday nights. Yes, love Gunther. So the winner of this category and male wrestler of the year 2022 is, to no shocker of anyone, Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, which does not surprise me. He wins with a 67%, while Seth Rollins gets a 33% of the votes. Gunther and Sami shockingly get 0% of the votes, but though Gunther did win the Intercontinental title, he's had a dominant reign since he's won it from Ricochet over on SmackDown many months ago. Sami Zayn, coming out of WrestleMania this past April in Dallas, joining the Bloodline and being the honorary Uce, and with the storyline with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline on SmackDown, which I think is one of the best things going in the company right now, even before Vince retired and Triple H took over.
The best.
Seth Rollins did some pretty good work this year. especially
more than good work. It's not.
Yeah, he's
it's not
he's
good
lost a
work.
lot
It
on
was
pay-per-view, and he's been so selfless, and he's been bulletproof. It's like he's lost a bunch of times, and he's still great.
He has the most losses out of every WWE.
Had 3 bangers this year with Cody Rhodes, who came back to
Still
WWE this past April at WrestleMania on night 1, which I was there live for both nights of WrestleMania this past April in Dallas, Texas. Really, really good show both nights, especially night 1 with Cody coming back and facing Seth in like a near 5-star match. Seth put over Cody 3 times, even inside Hell in a Cell. But Seth did some pretty good work this year too, and one of the most over guys on Raw, and did some decent work with the U.S. title with Austin Theory and Lashley. But Roman Reigns wins this Male Wrestler of the Year 2022. I think it's well deserved. Well, the first half, the Royal Rumble this past January with Seth and Roman, the good match for the Universal title, but the bad finish. Roman and Lesnar done to death a bit, but they did have a very good, entertaining last man standing match this past July at SummerSlam, especially with Brock Lesnar lifting the ring with the tractor or the truck, which was very creative. You had Roman Reigns,
very unique spot there,
McIntyre, and all these other guys wrestling. Logan Paul even at Crown Jewel, which was actually going into it, people were not expecting much, but Logan Paul this year has shut a lot of people up and such. And the match with Roman was very good. But I'd say this is well-deserved because Roman Reigns is literally on top of the world right now. He should not be losing until at least WrestleMania. Some people are like, oh, why not take one of the titles off Roman now and have him lose one of the belts now? No. He shouldn't lose until at least WrestleMania.
This is the run of a lifetime.
Yes. 100%.
It's a run that you do not fucking fuck up.
It's like a modern day Bruno Sammartino, but back then with Bruno was a different ball game. He didn't wrestle 300 dates a year.
Come on, no. Last time I checked, Bruno Sammartino was like wrestling every fucking day in the 60s as champion.
In Madison Square Garden.
I don't know if he's in promos like Roman, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's
not
a reason
sure
he's
about
at the table. And
no disrespect.
It's like you don't come across like the run that Roman is having now, this godlike reign and run. It doesn't come across often, and having Roman lose to the wrong guy is it's bad and it's a waste.
Yeah.
Like Roman is approaching about almost 1,000 days as Universal Champion, and he won the WWE title from Brock in a unification match this past April. And when I say unification, like this, the titles are not really unified. We all know they're going to go back to having 2 world titles, which I think is the right move anyway. Especially with getting a draft next April coming out of Mania.
What the fuck is this sound? The fuck is this?
What sound?
Really? Yeah, something's not right. The sound is not right. What's going on?
Hello?
It's not good. It's not looking good.
Hold on. How about now, guys?
I can hear you.
Can you put the microphone or something?
Can you hear me, Adam? Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you, but your microphone, the way it sounds.
Oh, okay. Let me try and set something else up. All right, hold on. Now?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So anyways, yes. Roman Reigns, godlike Ron and Reign, he should not be losing until at least Mania next year. We all know they're going to go back to 2 world titles, especially with the draft next April. But at the end of all this, I think this is well-deserved with Roman, and he should not be losing anytime soon. The only one I want to see beat Roman is Cody Rhodes.
I think this is where it's more likely it's going to head into.
Yeah. And I did read something earlier that Cody is the current favorite to win the Rumble for the men next January, which doesn't surprise me. Yeah. And he should have won the Rumble.
I mean, it's no surprise. He's been the odds-on favorite for months.
Yeah.
For 6 months now, and it hasn't changed.
Do you see him? Now, let me ask you this, guys. Do you see Cody coming back before the Rumble or at the Rumble?
Oh, you got to do it at the Rumble, right?
There's been some talk having him return on Raw before the Rumble. I think that's a mistake.
No. Yeah. If you're going to have him show up before the Rumble, have him show up on the first Raw. Yeah. Before the Rumble.
Yeah. So, moving
have him show up on the first Raw of the year, have him cut a promo about his return, and have him enter himself into the Rumble.
Probably similar to Triple H in 2002 when he returned in Madison Square Garden from his first quadricep injury.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, yeah.
came out to a monster pop.
How do you guys feel about Roman's reign? Have you enjoyed it the entire year? Because I will say, for as long as the reign has been, I don't feel like it's gotten stale yet, which I think which is an absolutely crazy thing to say in almost 1,000 days, and I don't feel as if it's gotten stale. I think we'll eventually get tired of it. I can hear some moaning, but I think easy wrestler of the year because of how fun it's been.
I agree. I mean, look at the names he's beaten since he's won the Universal Championship, specifically back in 2020 when he beat The Fiend Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman in that triple threat, with Strowman, not the champion of the match, eating the pin. He's beaten Strowman. He's beaten Bray. He's beaten Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Cesaro, Rey Mysterio, John Cena at SummerSlam last year, Brock Lesnar, Bill Goldberg, Sami Zayn, even Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Matt Riddle on SmackDown this past June, on episode of SmackDown. He beat Matt Riddle.
Oh, that's right.
Randy Orton. Even that fun 6-man tag at WrestleMania Backlash with the Bloodline versus RK Bro and Drew McIntyre from WrestleMania Backlash. Not WrestleMania, WrestleMania Backlash.
Adam, how do you feel about the run? You like it? You liking it? It's getting stale for you? No?
I don't.
Roman hasn't gotten stale for me at all.
All right.
He's fucking phenomenal. The guy.
I will say it'll probably
in the last 2 years.
In the
last 2 years, Roman Reigns has been killing it.
Yes, 100%.
Ever since winning the championship, he's been not only on the run of a lifetime, but he's arguably has been the best part of WWE TV.
Oh, 100%.
And ever since his heel turn at SummerSlam 2 years ago and aligning with Heyman and the Bloodline formation, and
the guy has been on a whole different level. Honestly, you might as well have him hold the Universal title till the day he fucking retires. Really, that's how good he is.
Just have him not lose the Universal Championship, retire it.
There you go.
Yeah, have him lose. Yeah, have him be like this. Have him lose the WWE Championship to Cody, but have him keep the Universal title and have him keep it until he retires.
There you go.
I would say, Cody Rhodes is the guy.
Well, not really. He's not really
one of the world titles off Roman, probably like the WWE title or the titles off Roman. Outside of Cody, I could see outside of Cody Rhodes, Gunther.
So I'm not gonna lie. Well, I don't see Roman retiring really for real anytime soon. But I actually see him losing both of his titles at WrestleMania. But he's had a fantastic run. The guy's had a fantastic 3 years. Roman, his title reign has been awesome. Really, it's been arguably the best part of WWE television. The guy feels like a final boss. If you ask me, the guy feels like a final boss.
Yeah, no, that's actually perfect.
Where every time he has a match or a program, it feels fucking special.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna buy tickets to this SmackDown. It's only about 20 minutes from my house, and just because it's money, I just went through this. Don't want to spend that money. As soon as they put Roman on the key for wrestling, I was like, you gotta buy a ticket for that. So that is Roman's power right there.
Yeah. He's a tribal chief and the head of the table for a reason. They always say acknowledge the tribal chief.
He is the one. He is the one.
All right, so we got we want to move on to the next.
Yes, the next category we got female wrestler of the year. John, I believe you got this one.
All right, we got number 2 female wrestler of the year by 67% vote total. We got Bianca Belair.
No surprise.
Yeah, and quite frankly, just same thing with Roman. I just don't think anyone's been on Bianca's level.
No female wrestler has had a better year than Bianca, really.
Yeah, she from the run Mania all the way to even her run through now. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with her and Alexa Bliss. I know we're talking that's for the 23, but right now I think she's just been on fire and deserves all the accolades she's been getting.
Give her all the accolades.
She did lose in 21 seconds for the SmackDown Women's title last year at SummerSlam to Becky Lynch. Didn't like that, but beat Becky Lynch twice this year at WrestleMania 38 Night 1 for the Raw Women's title. Then this past July at SummerSlam.
She's had
I thought the SummerSlam match was probably their better match in my opinion.
No, I think the WrestleMania match was better. From the entrances to the story heading in and the match itself. That's a top tier match right there. An all time classic.
Yeah, their match was very good at WrestleMania, and I was very happy to be there live to watch it.
She's had not only great matches with Becky, she's had great matches with Bailey.
Yes,
the 6 women tag at the Clash. The 6 women tag match at the Clash, where Damage Control won, where Bailey pinned Bianca. Their match on Raw, which Bailey won again. That's great there.
Because of Nikki Cross.
But still, a win is a win, damn it. A win is a win.
There's a pro wrestling.
A win is a win in the main event of Raw. Their ladder match and their last women's standing match was awesome. Were awesome. The War Games match with Team Bianca and Becky versus Team Damage Control was also good.
Yeah, War Games.
She's had decent matches. She had a decent match with Carmella at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
She's been Roman's champion for almost all year. She won the Elimination Chamber. Was the Final Four in the Royal Rumble, which sadly was won. Which this Rumble, by the way, which was won by a fucking clown, the worst wrestler of the fucking year,
Ronda Rousey. It's not Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Clownsy.
Yeah.
The one that bores us.
I can rant on her all day. Believe me, I can rant on her if I want to all day. But since this is a year-end awards, I'm gonna save my energy for later on, for maybe probably another video.
Yeah. But other categories, we got Bianca Belair winning, Mandy Rose with 33%, and Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan in this category too, as well.
How did Becky Lynch not get a fucking vote? That's what I want to know. How did the man not get a fucking vote?
Well, I mean, her heel turn wasn't really that good.
Who's voting? Who's doing these votes? Who did the votes, by the way?
Is it Bruce?
You? No. I think it's you. Yeah. Tell me you did. No. Well, or did you do it? Or did you do it, John?
I did one, but I did vote for Bianca. So I mean.
So yeah, you did the vote. So you're the one who was controlling the votes.
I wouldn't say that.
Or was it both of you? I'd love to know.
I definitely have some influence, 100%. But hey, I think we all agreed on Bianca, so that's I think
no surprise there. No surprise there. I mean, I'm looking forward to what they do with her in 2023. I think she's gonna have a banger for 2023.
Yeah,
and hopefully we get Bianca and Rhea next year at Mania for the Raw Women's title. Rhea wins the Rumble. I hope to God it's not Bianca versus Charlotte. I don't want.
Oh God, please don't even say that. Please don't even say that. I've had enough.
Oh, but it's a money match. No, it ain't.
Is it? Is it more than?
As long as Bianca wins, I will be fine with it.
That's fair too.
As long as Bianca wins, I'll be fine with it.
Don't get me wrong, Charlotte. She's great at her wrestling, but I've had enough of her in the title scene.
You're not the only one, John. Adam and I and a lot of other people feel the exact same way. Trust us.
All right.
So
what we got next?
We got third category. You got this one.
Now my turn. Premium live event of the year with the categories.
Pay-per-view.
It's the same thing. Damn it. So the categories for premium live event of the year, ladies and gentlemen: WrestleMania 38, SummerSlam of 2022, Clash at the Castle, the very first United Kingdom stadium show for WWE in over 3 decades, and Survivor Series War Games. And congratulations to Clash at the Castle 2022, winning at 67% of the votes, with WrestleMania 38, 33, and SummerSlam and Survivor Series being in the categories. And that's it. No surprise?
Yeah.
Fun fact, actually, this was my favorite pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, 100%.
In general. My favorite pay-per-view of the year for wrestling was this show, Splash.
Yep.
What a great show this was.
Heart of Wales.
Not just for being the first UK studio. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why Clash of the Castle was arguably the best show all year. Here, obviously it was the first United Kingdom stadium show for WWE in over 30 years, since SummerSlam '92.
Yep.
I mean, there was a great crowd, 62,000 people in that crowd. They were white hot all night. Love me some UK crowds. I mean, now we had some great matches like the 6-women tag that I mentioned with Damage Control and against Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka. We also had Rollins and Riddle. We also had Reigns and McIntyre in the main event, where everybody thought McIntyre was going to win the belts, and then Solo Sikoa was the biggest heel in the United Kingdom that day. Solo Sikoa was the biggest heel in the United Kingdom that day.
That was amazing. And Sikola's main roster debut. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Even rumors of him getting called up to the main roster soon around that time.
Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan was a decent match, I will say. And then we had Edge and Rey Mysterio against.
Oh, I think you forgot another. Sheamus and Gunther.
Yeah, Sheamus. Yeah, I was gonna mention that, but I wanted to mention Mysterio and Edge versus the Judgment Day.
Yes.
The Judgment Day, not the name of the pay-per-view, the name of the faction. Consists of Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley at ringside, and also the great heel turn, the magnificent heel turn of the son of Eddie Guerrero,
Mysterio.
The great. Shut up. That's a lie. the phenomenal heel turn of the son of Eddie Guerrero, Dominic Guerrero, when he gave Edge a low blow and a clothesline, well deservedly, to his fake father, who would choose 50-year-old Edge over a guy who he has known for 25 years, a guy who he adopted 25 years ago from his best friend.
Oh man!
And raised him for the last two and a half decades, 25 years.
Yeah, the more I think about Dominic,
and that's how. And this was the card, and these were the moments. Great matches and great moments. Great crowd. Fantastic show overall.
Yeah, not one bad match on the show.
Yeah, not one bad match.
Good show from top to bottom, and it was only 6 matches, which honestly I think is you don't really need more than 6 matches on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, the 6th match that we were going to mention was the phenomenal, a great, hard-hitting, physical classic for the Intercontinental Championship between Sheamus and Gunther. This was a match that many people wanted to see when Gunther came to the main roster. Was him and Sheamus, and how hard-hitting it would be.
Everything wanted.
And they did not disappoint.
Oh, not at all.
They did not disappoint whatsoever. This was for me the best. I mean, for me and many, this was the best match on the show.
Oh,
one of the best matches all year.
Yeah, I would argue.
Absolutely. What a fucking match it was.
And the return of Imperium.
Yeah, and the debut of Imperium as well. The return of Imperium, and the debut on the main roster for Giovanni Vinci.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Sheamus got a standing ovation after a phenomenal match, despite losing. What a match
for his face turn, because he was a heel before that.
Yeah, this was officially set for him to turn babyface. Yeah.
And Sheamus came so close to winning, and it was believable.
Yeah, it was always going to look believable with two guys, and of Sheamus and Gunther.
I would honestly hope we get Sheamus and Gunther next year at WrestleMania, one of the nights where Sheamus gives Gunther his first loss on the main roster and wins the Intercontinental title, because Sheamus has won every title in the company except the Intercontinental Championship to become a Grand Slam champion.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I'd love to see it.
How did he miss an Intercontinental title?
Plus the SmackDown season premiere, we had Sheamus and Gunther again for the Intercontinental title part 2. But Gunther was tapping, but the ref never called Gunther tapping out to the cloverleaf. So it was like Sheamus kind of got fucked over.
Yeah.
Well, they could tell that story.
Yeah. Ref didn't see it. Never happened.
It's looked like Gunther tap, but ref didn't call for the tap out win for Sheamus.
Yeah.
The more we go over the show, this show was really I was really debating between that and WrestleMania 38, but then after you just go after every match, and it has less matches, and not WrestleMania 38 wasn't bad by any means.
No,
but Clash at the Castle was absolutely just everything. I think maybe between that match, the Dominic heel turn. I mean, the Drew McIntyre thing, I think it was like, what? It was like we're watching it at like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and I'm just like yelling at the top of my lungs, me and my brother, about how he's about to win this thing, and Roman's reign is over, and no, it wasn't. Solo Sikoa, that motherfucker. Great stuff.
Former NXT North American champion is Solo Sikoa, the street champion, beating Carmelo Hayes.
Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff.
I mean, I'm hoping for another Clash at the Castle in 2023.
Oh, 100%. And like you said, too,
honestly, they should be doing yearly Stadium UK shows.
Yes.
Really.
And like
Clash at the Castle was. I mean, why not have a stadium in England again?
Yeah.
Why not have a stadium? Why not have a stadium show in other European countries?
Yeah.
That is from the UK.
Yeah.
That would be.
But
cool.
moving on. Sorry. So moving on here, we got the fourth category. I got this one, the return of the year. Now, 2022 for WWE has been quite the year of returns.
Yeah.
We got some returns early this year. We got some after Vince retired this past July, on the 22nd of July. Coming out of that, SummerSlam this past July, coming out of SummerSlam this past July. Returns onto Raw, onto SmackDown, etc. You think of the returns of Karrion Kross.
Great.
You think of the returns of Johnny Gargano and Braun Strowman, Tegan Knox, Hit Row, Gallows and Anderson, Emma, Bronson Reed recently. Last week, not this past Monday in Raw, but Raw last week in the ladder match with Dexter Lumis and The Miz. You name it. But the four categories for return of the year for 2022 for WWE are Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 38 Night 1, Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules 2022, revealed as the White Rabbit, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, the form of Damage Control at SummerSlam 2022, confronting Bianca Belair after she retained the Raw Women's title against Becky Lynch at SummerSlam that night. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin on Night 1 at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, Texas on the Kevin Owens Show, leading to a match in the main event of Night 1 WrestleMania 38 with Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens, and Stone Cold's first match back in the ring for the first time since WrestleMania 19 against The Rock in Seattle in 2003.
Wow.
And the winner of the return of the year goes to 100% by a landslide, to the surprise of nobody, the American roller coaster, the American nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
I am shocked.
To the WWE for the first time in 6 years. A big name from AEW, even an executive vice president from AEW, returning to WWE for the first time in 6 years. I think this is well deserved. And I never expected Cody to ever come back, if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, not many expected. I mean, majority. I mean, I won't want to say majority, but many did not expect after he formed his own company with TK and the other members of the Elite. Nobody expected him to ever come back since he founded his own company.
Yeah, in 2019.
Created his own competition.
Yeah.
Created some competition for contract negotiations. What a legend. What a legend.
Yeah. Left in 2016 in May. Well, he asked for his release. He was granted it because he didn't want to be Stardust anymore. This was a year after his father, Dusty Rhodes, passed, and Cody didn't want to be Stardust anymore. WWE wouldn't let him go back to Cody Rhodes to being.
You're going to be Stardust, damn it! You're going to spend the rest of your career as Stardust. Be a jobber, pal.
Yeah, and that's why Cody left.
And then Cody Rhodes says, "Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Please let me go for my contract."
Yeah. I mean, May 2016, he knew he had to leave, and he was at least 1 foot out the door. He knew he had to leave, and he left.
If they weren't not gonna shed the Stardust gimmick, then the other thing he wanted was out of the company.
And at the time, I did not blame him for leaving whatsoever. And he went on the Indies, made himself, went to Ring of Honor, killed it, went to NWA, killed it. I believe that All in 2018 in Chicago won the NWA World Title by beating Nick Aldis, I believe. He went to New Japan. What happened?
The same title that his father won 3 times.
Yes, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the Hall of Famer. He went to New Japan, joined the Bullet Club, became the American Nightmare, met Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks, met Kenny Omega, became very good friends with them, and Hangman Page and Marty Scurll, the Bullet Club. Then, yeah, like Cody, Kenny, and the Bucks, they formed and founded All Elite Wrestling AEW with Tony Khan in 2019. And they got it off the ground to where it's WWE's competition nowadays, where
Or at least an option
kind of neck and neck now.
Or at least like a second option for wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, a second option for wrestlers to go if they don't go to WWE.
Vince was there, but now with Vince gone, now it's WWE and AEW, two options now, which I think competition is great, and I think alternatives are a good thing too.
Yeah,
choices are good.
They are good. Yeah, alternatives. Yeah, they are all good. Having multiple options on what you want to do for your career, that's good.
And having prime time pro wrestling on 4 days a week is we got 5 days. I think it's all 5 days now, right? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's been great. And but I just want to say one thing about AEW crowd. I was very upset with them, how they treated Cody on his way out, because he was putting in some good work. They weren't they just weren't willing to give him a chance. And him walking away, someone who didn't want to watch him walk away, was the best thing that could happen for the entire business, because man, that reaction at WrestleMania was amazing. I mean, when the lights go down, I was so scared we were going to hear like "Here Comes the Money." I was like,
"Don't worry, we were not going to hear that. Don't worry." I was pretty confident we were not going to hear that.
I was terrified.
If I want to hear "Here Comes the Money," then I would go to a swimming pool full of cash, and then swim on it. And then swim and be filled with as much money as I want.
Yeah, I was very nervous of that. I thought there was, but you know, it was very to see the crowd react to him that way, to see that he is a star. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Returning in the same stadium where he had his last WrestleMania match.
Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't even realize that. That's beautiful.
When he was unfortunately a jobber to the stars.
Yeah.
And now 6 years later, here he is.
Yeah,
on his way to being WWE champion. Quite the ride.
Just the pop he got and the change of scenery needed, and the humongous pop he got. Like you said, John, lights went out, pyro went out, and then you hear the quotes of "wrestling is more than one royal family." That crowd went insane.
Jumped out of my seat.
Came from underneath the stage. Came from underneath the stage. Rose from underneath the stage.
It's great.
Entrance,
amazing.
Like they nailed his return perfect. They was literally AEW Cody Rhodes copy and paste from AEW to WWE. They changed nothing of him.
Yeah, copy and paste, except he's in a bigger company now.
Mirrors back that theme song. They didn't give him that theme song back. They didn't do some Def Rebel song.
No.
Yeah.
They nailed him perfect.
Yeah. Which is, with amazing returns. Like, I mean, Bray Wyatt's return was absolutely amazing.
And in Philly.
Yeah, it was.
Steve Austin coming back in the ring after almost 20 years was something that we never thought we would ever see.
No, 100%.
I'm actually glad him and KO main evented night one over Charlotte and Ronda.
In Texas, by the way.
Yeah,
in Texas.
Yeah.
Yes. Kevin Owens' favorite city. His favorite town to go.
And Austin at like 50 or 60 and taking bumps, no problem, was shocking too.
Yeah. No, that's.
I could see, honestly, bro. If anything, I could see Steve Austin main eventing night one of WrestleMania next year.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I could see that happen. I could see that happening if they get him to wrestle again. You won't hear a complaint out of me.
No.
But
Yeah. But Cody's return nailed perfect, and him being a major name from AEW to jump ship from AEW to WWE, a big deal. He was like one of the probably the first legit major name from AEW to go to WWE.
Yeah,
in my opinion, and he's not going to be the only one
of that level. 100% of that.
I do think there's going to be a lot more to jump ship to WWE from AEW. Whoever,
I mean, who doesn't jump ship to WWE after
coming up?
AEW or not, who's not going to jump ship to the biggest wrestling company on the planet?
Like William Regal's going to be back there next week with WWE. He's now the vice president for Triple H. He's Triple H's right-hand man. Who's to say MJF doesn't jump ship in 2024 on January 1st when his contract is up? Ricky Starks, Darby Allin, Eddie Kingston, Adam Cole, Malachi Black, Andrade, Ruby Soho, Miro.
I mean, the possibilities are endless. I mean, I'm telling you, Triple H is going to be going shopping spree.
And Triple H hasn't even started yet.
He hasn't even started, and we are already talking about what he will be doing.
He hasn't yet. He hasn't even unleashed the dragon fire yet.
Believe me, we'll not only in a couple of years' time, or in a year's time at that, in a year's time, we're going to be looking at not only a different WWE, but a different wrestling landscape.
And Triple H is ruthless when it comes to
with Triple H in charge, with Triple H in charge, and many people now that a year ago or 2 years ago wouldn't have even given the company a second look with Vince McMahon around, out of fear to what Vince might do to them.
Yeah.
Now they'll be looking at WWE as an option.
Yeah, I mean, those who are in AEW now that have been with Triple H and NXT under the black and gold, now wanting, when their contracts at AEW are up, not then wanting to come back to WWE now that Vince has gone and Triple H.
People that have never worked for WWE in general, whether it's in AEW or other promotions,
like a Ray Phoenix, like
they may want to give WWE a look. They might take a chance on them.
Or people like Jade Cargill or Wardlow, Thunder Rosa, or Luchasaurus, or Will Hobbs, or anyone like those have never been in WWE before, like Hikaru Shida or the Acclaimed or Top Flight. FTR have contracts coming up this April. Don't be surprised if, yes, scissor me, the daddy ass.
Yeah, I mean, Triple H's effect has been absolutely.
I mean, Tony Khan's not going to go down without a fight, but
hey, listen. Don't get me wrong.
Believe me, if Tony Khan offers anybody money, Triple H might offer them even more.
Yeah. Well,
and with WWE being so red hot right now, why would you not want to go there?
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to go there? Well, whether they never tried WWE before and they want to give them a first try, or they've been in the company before but they've been long fired.
Yeah.
Whether Vince didn't like them for whatever reason, or they didn't get along with Vince,
or the foolish releases last year.
Yeah, those people are willing and open to come back.
Yeah, Malachi wanted his release. He was denied it because he was unhappy, and there's a lot of. And Tony Khan signed a lot of people left and right. A lot of people in AEW unhappy and underutilized, like Miro, who has not been on TV in months.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett gets more TV time than Miro.
We could talk about. I mean, well, this is a WWE year-end award, it's not an AEW video.
True,
but I mean, we could discuss it all day. But we got a show to have.
Hell yeah.
We have a show.
But yeah, Cody Rhodes return wins by landslide. No surprise to no one. John, you got the next one, which I believe is Feud of the Year.
Yeah, we're going to Feud of the Year. The contestants were Cody versus Seth, Roman versus Lesnar, Edge and Ray versus Judgment Day, and Bianca Belair, versus Becky Lynch. And I think this one was pretty easy as well. It's Cody versus Seth at 100%. Of the votes, and to be quite frank, I don't think they missed on this one. I mean that was great. I mean, from the surprise return, the WrestleMania Backlash match to the Hell in a Cell, which was, I mean, an all timer. From just watching Cody take off that cape of his or whatever you want to call it,
jacket.
Jacket. That brutal injury, and. And Cody and Seth being able.
You can hear the audience gasp.
Oh, that was
you hear them gasp.
Look nasty, that pectoral injury, all purple.
And we'll call it. I think that feud was. I thought that feud was it was good. It was perfect for what it had to be. And then their match at Hell in a Cell. I think also as much credit as Cody should get, Seth I think did a absolutely amazing job making sure they both got through the match. And it was a stellar match. And I think, I think that was easily the Feud of the Year. I'm glad they got it right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys.
Adam?
Yeah, I have to agree as well. I mean, it's easy. Feud of the Year, Cody versus Seth. I mean, everything they did was good television.
Yeah.
They were two of the absolute best of the year. Even if Cody missed the second half, he was an MVP of a year. Seth Rollins I have to say, this was from an in-ring standpoint, this was his best year. I would even say this now. He was the best performer of the WWE all year. Not just with the storyline he had with Cody, his stuff with Riddle, the stuff with the US title, great matches on Monday Night Raw, on at pay-per-view, premium live events.
Potato.
And yeah. And great, and his character work all year. It was awesome.
Yeah, Seth did. Yeah, I would totally agree. Seth has been absolutely amazing this year. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
for everything.
Losing a lot this year on pay-per-view, and the guy's been bulletproof, and like losing a lot and yet not losing anything. And it's like you think, when is this man gonna get his flowers? And when is he gonna get rewarded for his hard work, which he has done a lot of hard work.
Your microphone again. Your microphone again.
Hello?
I hear you. I can hear you, but the sound of your microphone.
Oh, weird. Let me see. How about now?
Hang on here.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes.
You could speak now.
Hello?
The sound looks weird. I mean, I can hear you, but the sound of the microphone looks weird. Sounds weird.
Very weird, because I know this is a pretty good microphone, and I definitely have it good plugged in, but it's very, very strange.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. As long as we're good sound and we're good on track. But yeah. The feud of the year, Cody and Seth. Yeah, I think it's well deserved. I mean, the 3 bangers they had, like each match they had was better than the other previous. Their Mania 38 Night 1 match was pretty good. It was a 5-star match.
If I were to rank them, their matches, I would rank their Hell in a Cell match, then their WrestleMania match, and then their Backlash match.
Yeah.
I mean, you could rank them how you want to, because they're all that great.
Yes.
Especially that Cell match.
Yes.
With Cody wrestling even with a brutal injury, right? And he went out there at 25 minutes, and him and Rollins fucking killed it. I mean, this match, the Hell in a Cell match, with Cody and Seth, with Cody suffering the injury, is going to be talked about for years from now.
Yeah.
This is a match that will be remembered forever.
Agree.
Absolutely. So we go on. So we did feud of the year, category 5, category 6. Adam,
this is tailor-made for me, bros. This is tailor-made for me.
Oh yeah.
Champion of the year categories: the undisputed champion, Roman Reigns; undisputed tag team champions, the Usos; Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair; and Intercontinental Champion Gunther, the Ring General. And congratulations, 100% voting to the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, the one and only Roman Reigns. I mean, you could debate who was the better champion, but I mean, well deserved for Roman.
Yeah. I mean, I think also Gunther.
He's been fantastic. I mean, just like I said, this guy Roman, he has been killing it all year. Not just for 2 years. I mean, this year, for the last 2 years, heading into 2023, the guy has been on a whole other level.
Hell yeah.
He's been on a whole other level. The bloodline stuff with him, Usos, Solo, and Sammy, Heyman, is absolutely fucking television gold.
Yes.
And, yeah, his title defenses with the likes of Riddle, McIntyre, Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's well deserved of being champion of the year.
Yeah.
And him being the biggest star in the fucking company and the entire industry in general, had and having that aura around him of a final boss, where he shows up and he shows out big time.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is fucking. I mean, I can't even say enough good things about it. He's that damn good.
Yeah. No.
He's been a great champion. He's been a phenomenal champion. I mean, as well as the Usos and Bianca and Gunther. But I mean, you could say whoever the champions was. I mean, if you say the Usos or Bianca or Gunther were better champions, I mean, I won't debate you. You have a great argument. But Roman, I mean, he's been on a hell of a run.
100%.
I mean, like I said earlier, the list of guys Roman has beaten, like the list is a big one. Of names that have tried to take down the Tribal Chief but have not succeeded.
Yeah.
Like the names I mentioned earlier. Kevin Owens being one of them, which I expect Owens and Reigns at the Rumble next month for the titles. In January in San Antonio at the Royal Rumble at the Alamo Dome. With where this Sammy and Bloodline story is going.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it. Roman Reigns champion of the year is a no-brainer. Gunther, I would probably say, is the closest thing to Roman on SmackDown, in my opinion. With just the body of work that Gunther has done since he's got called up to SmackDown right after Mania this past April.
I think he's done wonderful work, but it's also one of those things. I don't want to diminish Gunther by any stretch. Like Adam was saying, I hear your debates, I'm sure, but like, I want to say I'm glad the Intercontinental title actually matters again. That's been absolutely wonderful, and it's nothing to dismiss Gunther's work, but yeah, Roman's been that guy, man. I think he's the best in, like Adam was saying, he's the best in the industry. It's kind of the tough one to argue.
He's the head of the table for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, if Cody Rhodes were to beat Roman Reigns, I would not get upset with it. If Gunther would have beat Roman, I would not get upset with that either.
Let's go Cody.
At all.
Yeah.
Let's go Cody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but yeah.
If Gunther and Roman were to fight one time, I would absolutely pay money to see that, just to see, like, if Roman's chest gets caved in, or if Gunther acknowledges the tribal chief, or if Roman acknowledges Imperium. Imperium versus Bloodline, I think, would be a great feud on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I see Adam there, and Gunther caving with the Gunther chop.
Yeah, okay. You don't want to be on the receipt. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a Gunther chop. I'll tell you that.
God,
or a Gunther slap that he gave Ricochet the last time Ricochet and Gunther fought for the Intercontinental title on SmackDown not long ago, which was a banger match, by the way.
Absolutely.
I did watch on SmackDown not long ago. That was a damn good match.
Yeah.
NXT TakeOver like classic, Gunther and Ricochet,
yeah.
part 3 for the Intercontinental Championship. First match between the two was good. Second one was like a squash to Ricochet. Now the third one was very, very good.
100%.
And like what Gunther's doing, but Roman Reigns champ of the year doesn't surprise me, and Roman, I expect him to hold both those titles going into Mania, and I do think he's dropping them, or at least one of them, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but moving on,
I would say get to one where I think this one's going to be debatable. This one's a tough.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know we have 15 categories throughout this year in the awards video. 2 out of the 15 categories are tied. This is the first one. Category 7, Male Breakout Star of the Year. We got 4 categories being the current NXT champion, Braun Breaker, former Money in the Bank and the current U.S. champion, Austin Theory, the Street champion and former NXT North American champion and current Bloodline member on SmackDown, Solo Sikoa, the younger brother of Jimmy and Jey Uso, and the former NXT North American champion, the former A champion, Carmelo Hayes. We have a 3-way tie here of 33%, 3-way tie of Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, and Solo Sikoa. Carmelo Hayes getting no votes, which I don't agree with because he's the A champion, and when Melo shoots,
that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Melo's amazing too. I don't want that to be.
I can't wait to see him on the main roster next year on Raw or SmackDown, and I know he's going to get called up.
He's
or if we get a draft, or with the draft next April, he'll probably be in the draft. I expect to see him in the Royal Rumble.
I mean, all 4 of these guys, it's tough. That's why I wanted to hear both of your opinions on who do you think it was, because I've been literally looking at the 4, and I've been able to eliminate just maybe one, and unfortunately that is Carmelo, just because I believe just not the top of NXT, even though he's been amazing. I just thought I was just trying to cross off one to make it easier, and it still hasn't been easy because between Braun, Austin, and Sikoa, I mean, they've been great. They've been absolutely amazing.
Honestly, well, I know he's not on this voting list. I know he wasn't on the list, but another guy I would shout out for breakout star of the year or rookie of the year is Logan Paul.
Yeah.
That is so funny you mentioned that. I have that in my notes right here. Is that I didn't know if you guys were going to start getting mad at me, but his
let's hear it, John.
performances have been, in both times where I'm like, this is going to be terrible, have been absolutely have blown my mind. That I'm glad you brought that up. I'm very glad you brought that up.
Yeah, Logan Paul, I mean, he's another guy. Shout for breakout star, or rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Is the rookie of the year in the fucking voting in the category?
No, I don't put rookie in the year. Rookie of the year.
Yeah, but he's somebody who did great for a first year for somebody, and I would say Logan Paul is the greatest celebrity wrestler to ever wrestle in WWE.
Yeah.
The greatest celebrity to ever wrestle.
Yeah.
Just all of his matches from the WrestleMania tag team match with him and the Miz against Rey Mysterio and Dominic was pretty good.
Dominic Mysterio. No.
Oh, who is Dominic Mysterio? I'd love to know I'd love to know who he is. Is he a Starbucks cashier? Does he sell soda? Is he a guy who sells soda?
He's the little kid that
even the Miz
SummerSlam ladder match again. You know, remember the little blonde kid? That's
SummerSlam 05, the custody of Dominic.
No, that's not Dominic Mysterio. That's not him. I don't know who he is, but I don't know if that guy exists. Maybe he exists, but we don't know how he looks like. The Dominic that we know is Eddie's son. The guy who we see on TV also with the Judgment Day.
On the Miz TV thing on the Raw episode before Mania this year. Quote the Miz to Dominic. You know, I've noticed you're a lot taller than Ray.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not Eddie's son?
It's facts.
But Ray
it's all facts.
No, because he knows the truth.
No,
Don't let anybody tell you, oh, Dominic is Rey Mysterio's son. He's not.
Or the commentary saying Dominic Mysterio. You know what Adam would say?
We'll go for it.
Dominic Mysterio, who is this guy?
The
All I see is a guy who has long hair. All I see is a guy who has mullet. I don't see Rey Mysterio mask on him. I don't see it.
For the romantic
And he's
storyline
tall.
with Rhea Ripley.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
He's dating a muscular woman.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
On TV at least. On TV at least.
Yeah. Remember
TV.
China back in the day.
And he is taller. And he is also taller than Rey Mysterio.
Hey, maybe it's a better diet, you know. Ray maybe just didn't have as good as a diet growing up, you know. Sometimes it takes a little bit.
That's very Mysterio there. That's another shout out for breakout star of the year is Dominic.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Another shout out. Ever since he turned heel, his role in the Judgment Day and his on-screen relationship with Rhea has been pretty good.
Because before the heel turn, he had no charisma, no personality.
No charisma, no personality. He got first of all, the character that he had before joining the Judgment Day was, Hi, look at me, guys. Hi, look at me. I'm Rey Mysterio's son. When he is not. When he is not. Hi, look at me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
And then he turns heel, and then he just 180.
Yeah.
He's been getting tons of heat.
Oh man, remember the Raw afterwards? I could not believe how much they were booing. It was amazing. I was like,
"What's one in Kansas City,
baby? Wrestling is back. I love seeing that stuff. Good stuff."
Yeah.
I think this is the one in Kansas City, right, where they were chanting Eddie's son.
Oh no, maybe.
Yes, this is true. This is true, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the crowd actually chanted.
That's cool.
Yeah, but this was the night where he was revealed as a member of the Judgment Day, and that he was coming out of the ring. That Ray confronted him. And then the crowd started chanting Eddie's son, which is facts.
There's proof.
Which is truth.
Oh my god.
There's proof, man.
Nick tried to prepare me.
Son. There's proof. More proof.
Nick tried to prepare me. He's like, "Get ready. Adam is going to tell you whose son that is." And I was like, "Oh no."
Now we need back his buddy Murphy back in WWE because he's currently dating Rhea Ripley, and now we just need SummerSlam 2025, a ladder match for the custody of Rhea.
Custody of Leah. Leah. Oh God. Custody of Rhea ladder match.
No.
Buddy Murphy versus Dominic.
Might be cheering for Dominic in that one.
I'll be cheering for Dominic if that happens. I'll be cheering for him.
Dominic.
But getting back on track with the breakout star of the year, Sikoa, Theory, and Breaker tied. I think going over these, I mean, Sikoa, starting in NXT in October of 2021 at Halloween Havoc, I believe. I mean, he was impressive. He did win the North American title on the September 14th of NXT this past September, beating Carmelo Hayes. He was impressive down there. Austin Theory, drafted to Raw in the 2021 draft. He was a lackey of Vince McMahon. He wrestled Pat McAfee on night 2, WrestleMania 38 this past April in Dallas. Lost to McAfee, but afterwards with Stone Cold coming out and Theory selling the Stone Cold Stunner like $1 million, then him winning the U.S. title, feuding with Lashley and Seth, winning the Money in the Bank. I mean, not ready for a world title yet. Then they took the briefcase off of him, and he's been, and then a gimmick change. I think he's been, more serious gimmick. I'm liking what he's doing, but yeah. Then Braun Breaker winning the NXT title at New Year's Evil this past early January, beating Tommaso Ciampa. I didn't like him breaking down the NXT logo not once but twice. But yeah, that's another can of worms. But Breaker then wrestling people like Ciampa, Gargano, LA Knight, Pete Dunne, now Butch on SmackDown with the Brawling Brutes, Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, Cameron Grimes, Joe Gacy, JD McDonough, the former Jordan Devlin, Tyler Bate, you name it, Ilya Dragunov, Apollo Crews at NXT Deadline a few weeks ago. He's wrestling Grayson Waller, I believe, at New Year's Evil in a few weeks.
Yeah.
As well.
If anything, I would say Braun Breaker is my breakout star of the year.
Yeah, I would.
I know he's not on a list. Logan Paul as well deserves a shout.
Yeah.
Even though he's not on a list, he's another guy comes close.
Yeah.
But yeah, with his match with the tag team match that I mentioned at WrestleMania, his SummerSlam match with Miz, and his undisputed title match with Roman Reigns. Logan. Yeah, but the reason Logan Paul didn't make it on this list was because he only had 3 matches.
Yeah.
Right. He had 3 matches. All of them were fantastic, but I think he's gonna wrestle more in 2023.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. Yeah, but if I were to pick for breakout star of the year, for me at least, I would say Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Just the caliber of guys he's fought and how Braun Breaker's gotten a lot better in that ring. Not doing this for that long, look how much better he's gotten.
The guy's been wrestling for 2 years.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
2 years at least 2 years. Yeah, he wrestled. His debut was on an independent promotion. Then he got a tryout match the following month.
Helps when your last.
And then he was signed in February of 2021. And then he made his NXT debut in September.
Yeah,
and he's won the NXT title twice. He's had phenomenal promos, of course. He's a Steiner.
Yeah.
The Steiners, one of their biggest strengths is talking.
Yeah,
the Steiner math promo.
Especially Scott as well.
Versus Dragunov and McDonough, I believe. Yeah.
The segment of the him bringing out the Steiner math that got a huge pop out of me. That was good stuff.
Yeah, the Steiner math promo that will live on in wrestling immortality. Yeah,
it helps. It's a good thing that he's a Steiner. He's the father. He's the son of Rick Steiner, and his uncle being Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump.
Yeah.
And Braun Breaker as well. He's had
brothers, by the way.
Yeah. And Braun Breaker, he's also had a couple of he's had good matches all year. He's never had a one bad match ever since coming to WWE. He's never had one bad match.
Joe Gacy, which was underwhelming in your house this past June.
Yeah. I wouldn't even want to call it a bad match. I wouldn't even call that a bad match.
Yeah, so I think we all agree though. Braun Breaker. There you go. The tiebreaker.
And
the best part about this, Braun Breaker is only 24 years old, or 25 years old, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah. And look,
this guy,
how much better he's gotten.
Hang on.
Okay. And how much better he's gotten, and he's 25, 26 now. Yep. Imagine what he's going to be like at age of 30.
Oh, and
as I was saying. Sorry for the interruptions. Braun Breaker is the best part about him is also one of the best parts about him. He's only 25 years old and he's that good, and just a year he's that great. This guy after he gets called out, this guy should be pushed to the moon.
Oh,
on either Raw or SmackDown.
He's going to be a big deal. on
Yeah.
Raw or SmackDown next year. Mark my
This
words.
guy is one of the future stars, if not the future star. This guy has face of the company written all over him.
Oh, 100%.
When he
Wouldn't
gets
that be
Guy's got
cool?
everything you want out of a wrestler.
year, give him the Lesnar 02 push.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
yeah.
that
This
be-
guy's got everything that you would want of a professional wrestler.
Now,
From
wouldn't
in-ring
that-
work, from his work on the microphone.
Mhm.
Charisma.
Yeah,
He's got the look.
yeah. This guy should be this guy. If Roman Reigns at some point goes part-time, I mean, he's already part-time. If Roman ever retires, you've got your next big star right there.
Yeah, 100%.
A guy that can carry a company for the next 15 to 20 years in Braun Breaker.
Isn't it? Will it be ironic that Triple H might be pushing a Steiner as his biggest star? That's I also love that. That's amazing.
Come on, he deserves that push.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
This guy Braun Breaker should be at least a 10-time. It should be at least a 10-time champion before it's all said and done.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally.
And main event at least 5 WrestleManias.
Yeah, no, yeah, like you said, he's only 25 too. That's so crazy. Oh my god.
And imagine how
very
much
young.
he's going to be at age 30 or 35.
Right.
He's going to get that much better. And
Yeah,
like the caliber of opponents and he's not just a typical big man doing just power moves. I've seen a guy doing standing moonsaults or topes. He's that good now, and he's gonna be a big deal on the main roster.
if he's that good at 20,
he's gonna
if
be
he's
ready
that good at
for
25, imagine how great he will be 10 years from now.
As soon as he drops that NXT championship to whomever, he's getting called up. Mark my words.
Yeah. It's inevitable, really. It's bound to happen. A Braun Breaker main roster call-up, it's bound to happen next year.
Whether he loses it to Grayson Waller at New Year's Evil in a couple of weeks, or if he loses it at NXT Vengeance Day in Charlotte, North Carolina this February, as soon as he drops the NXT title, he's getting called up. No questions asked.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's one of those. Yeah, he's one of those guys that you watch out for in 2023.
Yep.
Yeah, so
we again get the next category. John, you got this one, show of the year.
Hey, so I don't think I haven't watched week to week as much as you guys have. I have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna let one of y'all take it because I think you guys would have a better opinion on. Because I only really watched the later half. Vince McMahon killed my vibe for a good amount of it. Yeah. So if you guys want to debate over Raw or SmackDown, I mean I have an opinion, but it's more the later half of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got show of the year.
Okay, right back.
All right.
You guys keep talking. Keep going.
All right. We apologize for the little things there, but it's okay. It's okay. It's good entertaining with me and Adam and John here nonetheless. We got the show of the year, category 8. We got Raw, we got SmackDown, we got NXT, and I also put NXT UK in this because they were throughout most of the year. They did close down in the fall of 2022 because it's going to be relaunched as NXT Europe next year, booked by Shawn Michaels. I'm looking forward to that, honestly, with NXT Europe. Some NXT UK people now in NXT like Gallus, Tyler Bate, Miko Satomura, Blair Davenport, Aoife Valkyrie, now Lyra Valkyria, now in NXT, who's very impressive. Isla Dawn, the White Witch of NXT UK. Tyler Bate, which I think I mentioned already. And also others too, like Charlie Dempsey, who is the son of William Regal, who is also very impressive. It's funny. It's funny. It's not even a joke. He literally looks just like his father, William Regal. I do wish he would be Charlie Regal instead of Charlie Dempsey, but it's Regal's son. And with Regal coming back to the company within the new year, just imagine how much better Charlie Dempsey's going to be now that his father's going to come back to the company. With where Charlie Dempsey is now. You know what I mean? But we got the winner for show of the year being Monday Night Raw, being 67%, SmackDown getting 33% of the votes, NXT and NXT UK getting 0% of the votes. I mean, NXT UK, not a lot of people have time to watch NXT UK. I would sometimes watch it this year. Good show, but NXT 2.0 just not good. Some good people, good on the roster that have potential, but the majority, Like people have no wrestling experience. The majority of the people on the NXT roster don't really belong there, like Quincy Elliott, Lash Legend, people like that. You know what I mean? So NXT not really good this year. SmackDown, first half was the worst show on television.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, Raw's though was still bad. It was slightly better during the first half.
I would say Monday Night Raw was improved a lot after WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Monday
Cody
Night Raw.
coming back, and then not just that. Edge forming the Judgment Day, feuding with AJ Styles, Logan Paul. You know, stuff like that. Asuka and Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, all this other shit.
Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey. Well, that was the second half. But SmackDown during the first half was like the worst show on television, and they were on Fox.
Awful. What a disaster the show was. The show was fucking. The show for the first half, it was so fucking boring.
How's that possible?
It sucked ass.
I mean,
like you really think I was? You really want people? You really in the first half of the fucking year for SmackDown? You really think people were gonna enjoy a feud for the SmackDown Women's Championship between Ronda Rousey and Charlotte, and them having awful promos, awful brawls, and awful matches?
Their WrestleMania 38 Night 1 match being so bad. The crowd was literally library silence. I was there live for that. You could literally hear library silence. People have their heads buried in their phones. You could literally hear not one single peep during that match.
Not a single good promo. Not a single good promo. Not a single good acting.
No.
And the only positive coming about this is that it finally ended.
Yeah.
Or hopefully it ended. Or hopefully.
Hopefully.
I hope with Raquel and Ronda this tomorrow on SmackDown, I hope to God Charlotte doesn't come back.
Just wait. Honestly, if anything, it would shock me if we see another Ronda versus Charlotte match next year.
Oh, please, fuck no.
Oh, boy.
I have no interest in that.
I don't want to see. Nobody wants to see that, damn it.
Hard fucking pass.
The only time I would see it, the only time I would want to see it if it means Ronda's going to lose the belt.
And Ronda's not no better. She's worse.
Oh, Jesus.
And I gave Ronda a chance, and she sucks. She's elevated no one on that SmackDown Women's division. In fact, they've been worse with her there, especially as champion. They need to get that title off Ronda ASAP. But I don't think Raquel's the one to beat Ronda.
I don't think Raquel is gonna win. She'll more than likely lose again, or she'll lose, and they'll probably get to do a rematch at the Rumble.
Yeah. I think it's the best guess.
Yeah. So show of the year, Monday Night Raw. I think it's either.
Yeah, though it was still bad, I would say it was slightly better than the first half of this year. That wasn't saying much.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, like John said, he didn't really watch a whole lot this year, though, until Vince retired. I mean, it's like, with Vince retiring being a good thing and Triple H taking over, like, those who stopped watching years ago, and that was because Vince was the reason for that, and now with Vince gone and Triple H now in control, it's brought people who stopped watching years ago to bring them back to watch the product again. John is one of them. That just goes to show you that Vince retiring is a good thing, and that's just the power of Triple H. He's bringing people back, like those fans who stopped watching years ago. Triple H is now bringing them back to watch the product again, which is a good thing. This is why it's like Vince gone and Triple H taking over is nothing but a good thing.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, but we're going to move on to category 9, faction of the year. Yes.
Faction of the year, the Legado del Fantasma, the Bloodline, Imperium, and the Brawling Brutes. First of all, before I say the winners, how did the Judgment Day not make the list?
Well, I ran out of Twitter for voting polls.
No,
only gives
you were the one. You were
4.
controlling, by the way. It's you, by the way. I seen you.
I know.
You're the one who's controlling. How do you not put the Judgment Day on the list?
Well,
I mean, well, I'm gonna get my answers really soon. So, for Faction of the Year, 100% congratulations, the Bloodline. No debate. Who was a better faction this year than
No
the
debate
Bloodline?
whatsoever.
Which again, it's just it's not to diminish anyone else. I mean, I thought the Bond Groups was fun. The Judgment Day was great. I had some fun.
Yeah, Imperium, the Brawling Brutes, the Gauda Fantasma, the Judgment Day are all great factions.
All great factions, but they're just on a run, like we're all saying.
The Bloodline has been the Bloodline storyline. The Bloodline themselves, they're top tier.
Money.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
They're fucking top tier. I mean, every segment they are a part of or whatever match, it's you could guarantee 9 times out of 10 they'll be the best part of the show.
Yeah, and what's crazier is too is even though it does make it when Roman's there, it's obviously elevated. Even when Roman's not there, I still enjoy their segments at a. I think they're at a very high level, all of them, especially all of them in the Bloodline.
With the great relationship of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a great that
was a great story. Like Sami Zayn being rejected by Jey Uso, having his shirt ripped off.
They had me. I thought Jay was going to be the one to flip the whole thing, and that Survivor Series thing was great. The War Games, Bloodline's just been on fire.
Yeah,
fire.
The storyline has been great. Sami Zayn has added great layers to the Bloodline.
Yep.
He has added something new to the faction.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And Sami Zayn originally. Oh, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I was going to admit. I'll admit when I was telling Nick about this before, during what was going on, I did not care for Sami in the Bloodline at first, and I just thought Sami was so good that it made it watchable. Now it's probably the best thing in pro wrestling right now. His whole so one, that's a shout out to Sami being as amazing as he is, because it's something I was really rejecting at first, and has turned into this special, very special thing that I can't wait to see unfold over the next, hopefully next couple months or, up to Mania. Yeah, a couple months.
It's going to be heartbreaking, bro. What Sami Zayn is around with the Bloodline. It's going to be so heartbreaking. Many hearts will be broken with Sami Zayn on the Bloodline.
They're going to get their dues back, baby. They're going to get their dues back.
And especially Elimination Chamber next February, taking place in Sami Zayn's home country in Montreal.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Boy.
Sami Zayn's going to be the biggest babyface on that night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sami getting turned on by the Bloodline is going to happen.
Oh,
it's coming.
And we're all be heartbroken.
Can't wait.
And I do expect that Sami to get kicked out of the Bloodline. Then we get Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos for the Undisputed Tag titles next year at WrestleMania on one of the nights, where the Usos drop those titles to Sami and Kevin, which is one of the first steps of the downfall of the Bloodline, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think it's a great guess, because that'd be great.
I'm loving where it's going. It's like with Sami Zayn, it's just like with Kevin Owens. You could give these guys shit to work with. They're gonna make it look like $1 million. They could literally turn something from chicken shit into chicken salad. That's how good Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are. Even the stuff with Kevin Owens and Ezekiel.
Yeah, that was an entertaining storyline.
It was.
It was the best he could possibly make it. It wasn't good, but Kevin Owens did try to make it look decent, and he did.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was entertaining. I will say that. It wasn't my cup of tea, but as far as entertainment goes, and that's what we're watching for, absolutely great stuff.
And with Sami Zayn, originally, this was before Vince retired. Sami Zayn with the Bloodline wasn't supposed to last this long. And if Vince was still there, Sami would be out of the Bloodline like weeks ago.
This storyline would have been over by Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
If Vince was around.
Vince didn't care about Sami Zayn.
Well, kinda. He did care. I mean, why do you think he put him with Johnny Knoxville?
I don't know. I didn't really. I don't know about the match. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't my cup of tea. I mean, it was entertaining some parts, but I don't know.
It was entertaining.
There you go.
It was entertaining. It will forever be entertaining.
Yeah, no, it definitely was entertaining. I mean, when Wee Man lifts him up and slams him, oh, come on, man.
Come on now. If that gets a big reaction from the audience, that's how you know it's good.
Yeah.
Or he runs into the hand thing on the side. Sammy just runs into it.
Yeah, it was goofy. It was stupid. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. But Bloodline stuff, again, liking what they're doing. Sami Zayn probably is going to be the biggest babyface in the company once the Bloodline turns on him.
Oh, yeah.
So we go from faction of the year to tag team of the year, ladies and gentlemen. We got category number 10. I got this one. Tag team of the year. We got the Usos, the current undisputed WWE tag team champions. We got RK Bro of Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. And we got the Alpha Academy of Chad Gable and Otis. Shoosh, please. Had to do that. Love Alpha Academy. And then we got the Street Profits of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. And we got the winner of Tag Team of the Year going to the shock of no one, the Usos getting 67% of the votes. And we get RK Bro with 33% of the votes. Street Profits and Alpha Academy getting 0. I think Alpha Academy should have gotten some votes because they've been good this year, especially with Chad Gable and Kurt Angle with the shoosh off. Because Chad Gable is
probably the votes probably pulled a Kurt Angle and had Chad Gable have had milk all over Chad Gable. And
yes, with Gable Stevenson, Kurt Angle on his birthday not long ago on SmackDown with the Milkomania. 21 years later.
It's still phenomenal, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's still.
But we get Tag Team of the Year going to the Usos.
No debate. I would say no debate. No debate there.
None whatsoever. Yeah. Usos have been pretty good. They've held the SmackDown Tag Team titles for way over a year. They're the current undisputed tag team champions, doing some good work. Had really good matches with the Street Profits at Money in the Bank and at SummerSlam this past July. That really
They've had great matches, great segments, great storylines. With a great storyline with the Bloodline. Yeah.
Not so good match with Hit Row though, not long ago on SmackDown.
Hey, can't all be bangers. Can't all be bangers.
Yeah. But
with every good, there's every bad.
Yeah. I didn't like how Rick Boogs was badly hurt in WrestleMania Night 1 this year. That was terrible.
That was sad.
Yeah. Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura facing Usos on Night 1 WrestleMania.
I forgot about Rick Boogs. I miss him a lot. He was great.
Yeah, very entertaining too. But Usos Tag Team of the Year, yeah, I agree. No debate. Guys, thoughts on this?
I don't know what else to say.
Just like I said, I mean, good quality matches. I mean, they've cut some great promos, especially with the ones with the Bloodline storyline. They're holding the tag team belts more than anyone in the company. The longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history, even longer than the New Day.
Beat the New Day, and even beat the New Day's record weeks and months ago. They beat the New Day's record for the longest reigning tag team champions in history.
Yeah.
This was coming out of Crown Jewel, and it was a banger match too. Beat the New Day's record. Damn good stuff.
Yeah.
Now the New Day of Kofi and Woods are now your current NXT tag team champions too.
Yeah.
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 And Usos, I mean, they're always great.
Yeah.
They've had a great year as well. I mean, also fun fact, I think I searched earlier. The Usos, both members, J&J, had the most matches for any WWE wrestler all year.
That would make sense. I feel like I see them every week, and I haven't gotten.
Yeah, I mean, they wrestle not only on Raw, but they wrestle house shows.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
They wrestle every day, nonstop, and they never get tired.
No.
I mean, I would commend them. I would give them credit for that, for showing up every day and working the grueling WWE schedule, which is very grueling.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough schedule to work, and the fact the Usos have been able to work through that, and many others in WWE, even in today's roster, have been working that kind of schedule. I mean, I would give them. I mean, my respect goes to them, and credit to them, especially and as well, including the Usos.
Absolutely. RK Bro did some decent work though. Randy Orton in the second half did get injured and injured his back.
I mean, RK Bro was great.
I do hope he's able to get cleared to wrestle again next year because I do miss him.
Randy. Yeah, that was
they were a great team, RK Bro. I mean, they were great that first half of the year. For the run that they've had from when they began until before Orton got taken off TV. I mean, they were great.
amazing.
I mean, I'm hoping as well. I'm hoping we see Randy Orton again in 2023. I hope he's doing healthy in his personal life, and I hope he comes back better than ever.
Yeah.
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 His presence on Raw is dearly missed.
Yes.
Yes, him and Cody's. I mean, Raw is way better under Triple H than with Vince, but I think they are missing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both Orton and Cody's star power, you could feel their absence.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. If Orton is able to get cleared going into the new year, hopefully we do get Orton versus Riddle at WrestleMania on one of the nights next year, and Orton goes heel.
I think this is where they were going to set it up. I think once they lost their tag team titles, this is where they were going to set it up. Before they, but WWE realized that Orton's injury was really that bad, and they had to take him off TV for the rest of the year.
Yep.
This was going into SummerSlam.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to get Roman and Brock again at SummerSlam.
No.
And we're going to get Orton and Roman, and then after Orton loses, he can tease a heel turn. He can tease a heel turn on Riddle. I mean, I don't know though if we would see Orton as a heel again. I think he's at a stage of his career right now where Randy Orton should be a babyface for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've seen the best of him as a heel.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that.
His better work is heel though, but I could see where you guys are coming from.
Yeah.
Well, it's all motion of the ocean. That's one thing. You can make adjustments, but he's been dearly missed. Randy Orton dearly missed.
And at 40 and doesn't look or move like he's 40 either.
No.
The guy wrestles if he's still in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
Looks like he could go for another decade, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And
well, I hope he goes for another decade.
WWE next year coming out of AEW, and if FTR does go back to WWE next year, and if Orton is cleared to go to wrestle again next year, remember when Orton was paired with FTR in late 2019 on SmackDown, feuding with the New Day when Kofi Kingston was WWE champion? Remember that?
Honestly, they looked great together.
They could have been something, but Vince dropped the ball on them.
They should have. Damn you, Vince.
It reminded me a lot of Randy Orton in 2009 on Raw with the Legacy, with Cody Rhodes and
honestly, you've been thinking the same. I mean, I've been saying this on Twitter actually. If you look up, I mean, with a friend of mine on Twitter as well. Me and him been talking. I want to say one of the things I want to see in 2023 is an FTR Randy Orton reunion. If FTR do join back, which I think more than likely, I think they will, and if Orton gets cleared, I mean the timing is perfect there for FTR and Randy Orton to get back together, and them under Triple H, yes. they would fucking kill it. I would love to see how they. I'd like to see what Triple H would do with Orton and an FTR stable. I think he will do good by them.
Yeah. And better booked under Triple H too. And look at
Randy Orton being Randy Orton being the legend, Orton being the legend, and him mentoring FTR. That's something great that should happen in 2023.
And Adam and John, look at the trios on Raw and on SmackDown. All these trios, if we eventually get a trios championship, man, hey.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, man. I wouldn't hate it.
But I love me a good trios match, so I wouldn't be against it at all.
Yeah. Well, we got the next category, female breakout star of the year. Moving on to the next category. John, you got this one, category 11.
Yep, one moment. Just lost my footing. We got, hold on one moment. Lost my footing. And you want to do that real quick, Nick? I lost where I'm at. Oh,
I could do it.
Yeah,
female breakout star of the year: Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton, Nikita Lyons, and Cora Jade.
And Roxanne Perez wins this 100% by a landslide. The current NXT Women's Champion too, trained by Booker, the former Rogue C from Ring of Honor, and the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Being 21 years old? She's that young.
Yeah.
21.
And she's that young and she's that good.
Yeah.
And being trained by Booker T in his wrestling school in Houston and his indie promotion in Houston called Reality of Wrestling, trained by Booker T, current commentator for NXT, which Adam calls Chuckles. Yes. Because that's what Booker T does.
I'm not the only one who's been saying that. I'm not the only one who says that, pal.
Yeah.
I wasn't the first, but I'm not the last.
Shooky dookie clack clack.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Booker T being someone who trained Roxanne Perez and Roxanne Perez being this good, I mean, Booker T may suck as a commentator, but when it comes to training people who want to be a pro wrestler, who want to break out in the business, Booker T knows his shit and how to train people to wrestle.
I mean, the guy was a wrestler himself. He's a legend in this industry. He knows it. I mean, he's a guy that knows how to train people.
He also trains Athena, the former Ember Moon.
Yeah. And she's good.
He's trained great wrestlers. Honestly, make Booker T a fucking coach at the Performance Center. Really.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
not have him just run his own wrestling school. Have him run the PC as the head trainer.
I mean, he wasn't tough enough in 2011 and in 2015.
Why not just give the head trainer fucking role to Booker T in the Performance Center? Have him run 2 schools. Have him run WWE's training facility and have him run his own wrestling school.
Yeah, but Roxanne Perez getting female breakout star of the year.
No surprise.
Well deserved. I mean, look at the year she's had. Before Ring of Honor closed up shop, before Tony Khan bought it, she was the first ever, and she was the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She signed with WWE.
She didn't held on for the belt for long though. To be fair, I mean it's not. I mean through no fault. I don't think she held the belt for that long.
No.
To be fair, it's understandable. I mean, to be fair, it was out of her control. Really, it was not just her, and the entire Ring of Honor roster at that time. It was out of their control. When Ring of Honor announced that they were going to be going on hiatus after their final battle show, before Tony Khan brought the company.
Yeah.
And so we don't really know how long her reign would have gone, or how much of a reign she would have had as the Ring of Honor Women's Champion had the company not gone on hiatus.
Right.
Yeah, but after that, I mean, I think she lost the belt to Mercedes Martinez, if I remember.
Yep. Yeah.
I think, if I remember.
Yep. No, you're correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Because she was gonna get signed to WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's had a hell of a year. She's had a couple of good matches on NXT TV.
She won the breakout tournament.
She's breakout star of the breakout tournament. The moment where she beat Mandy Rose for the championship was great. Even though it was also under fucking. You know the situation. You know the situation with Mandy Rose. So let's not talk about that. We all know under bad circumstances.
For another time.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. Yeah, but she was the right person to dethrone Mandy. And at 21 years old, she's got a big future ahead of her.
She was on SmackDown fighting.
She was on SmackDown
with Shotzi and Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, she had a good performance there as well.
Yep. She won the Iron Woman Survivor at Deadline. And she entered won the whole thing.
Yeah.
Getting 2 falls. Beating Kiana James, Zoe Stark, Cora Jade, and there was someone else in
Wendy Chu?
Indy Hartwell. Hartwell. Not Wendy Chu. But yeah, won first ever Iron Woman Survivor Challenge at Deadline a few weeks ago for NXT. Theater with Cora Jade, NXT Women's Tag Team Champions with Cora Jade as well before Cora Jade turned on her and turned heel. Beat Cora Jade at NXT Halloween Havoc. Roxanne Perez has had a damn good year this year. Damn good breakout year for the women this year.
Yeah, I would say I would also shout out as well to Tiffany Stratton.
Yes.
I'll give a huge shout out to her. I mean, before she got injured, she was great.
I mean,
in just the span of a year, she just fucking improved at everything she had.
Yeah, and coming from a gymnastics background with no wrestling experience, doing this for she started in NXT in December 2021, and look how much better. And she just her improvement, you could tell.
Yeah.
And
I believe if she had not got hurt, when she did, I think she was injured in July, if I remember.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
wrestling
if she
Wendy
had not,
Chu, or was in a feud with Wendy Chu.
yeah, if she had not got hurt, I believe she would have been one of the challengers for Mandy Rose for the championship. If she had not got injured.
I mean, she does have this daddy's little rich girl gimmick. It may throw some people off, but once she gets in the ring, she's not scared to take a bump.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one that you should watch out for in 2023.
And
I honestly think in 2023 it should be Tiffany Stratton. If anybody should dethrone Roxanne Perez, it should be Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could agree to that. But Nikita Lyons, a lot of people's favorite, or Thick Kita Lyons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, as some people call her. She's not bad. She's coming along nicely. They were originally wanting to push her hard to have her beat Mandy Rose, but then kind of slowed her down a little bit, teaming with Zoe Stark and now feuding with Zoe Stark and Zoe Stark.
I think she was also in that breakout tournament where she got injured.
Yeah.
When she suffered a partially torn MCL, where she revealed it on her own Instagram, a live video.
Yeah. But she's not bad at all either.
Yeah. I could see her. I see her as well being an NXT Women's Champion in maybe in the next year or so, before she gets the main roster call up.
Yeah. Then Cora
Jade. She could be a star. She could be a huge star in the main roster, as well as the other women in our category for female breakout star of the year.
Yeah. And then Cora Jade. I mean, not really hot. Not that Cora Jade, not really the best. She's a way better heel than a face, but she does have a long way to go. I mean,
there's room for improvement.
Yes.
There's always room for improvement.
They had this generation of Jade skateboarder thing when she was a baby face, so went nowhere. They wanted to push her really hard. It didn't work. Then they paired her with Roxanne Perez. She turns on Roxanne Perez. I think the heel turn was the best thing for her, as she is better as a heel than a face. She does have different heel music, like heavy metal music. She has this baseball bat with a gimmick that she brings to the ring. She's a better heel than a face. She does have a long way to go, but I think over time she does have the potential to be better, in my opinion. I mean, she's still all fluff in the ring, still very much green, but I think over time with the right opponents and the right training, I think she could be something in that women's division in NXT or on the main roster.
Yeah.
And also being young in early 20s too. She could be something. Cora Jade. But Roxanne Perez, rightfully so, winning this female breakout star of the year category. We move on to shocker of the year for category number 12.
Shocker of the year. For the biggest shocking moments of 2022. The Vincent Kennedy McMahon retiring from his position as chairman and CEO of the WWE. Cody Rhodes making his WWE return. Shocking. First of all, it was already made news.
Yes.
Shocking. Triple H taking over as the head of WWE Creative from Vince McMahon. And the heel turn of the son of Eddie Guerrero, Dominic, turning on Rey Mysterio at Clash of the Castle. Because of course, Rey Mysterio needs to be humiliated and beaten up every fucking day.
No,
and he can never catch him.
Dominic Mysterio ruined his father's Thanksgiving. He wasn't going to ruin his Christmas.
He didn't ruin anything. He did not ruin anything. He just wanted to enjoy Thanksgiving. Dominic didn't ruin anything. Rey Mysterio deserved that beating.
If you've seen that on Twitter, John, where Dominic and Rhea invaded Ray's house on Thanksgiving, not on Christmas, and Dom got arrested.
That was good stuff. Yeah,
Dominic got wrongfully arrested. Wrongfully arrested.
Yeah, his grandpa gave him a hug. So I mean, who's the real bad guy?
Yeah.
When he came to the house uninvited, he was banned on the property. No, you don't ban a Guerrero.
Yeah. You do not arrest them on purpose. Well, yeah, you do not arrest the son of Eddie Guerrero on purpose.
Yeah.
When all he wants is to enjoy Christmas with his grandparents.
Yeah.
So yeah, shocker of the year. The retirement of Vincent Kennedy McMahon wins the votes with 100%.
Surprise.
To say Vince McMahon, to say that Vince McMahon retiring this year is a shocking moment is definitely a big understatement.
Yeah.
This is without question. It's not just the biggest shocker of the year, but this is the biggest shocker and the biggest news story of not just this year but of this decade.
Yeah.
We're only 2 years into the 2020s, and this is without question the biggest story of the decade. This will end up being the biggest story of the fucking decade.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon stepping down.
I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. I mean, I don't think anyone. I think he said at one point in an interview, maybe, and I'm paraphrasing, is that he believed he didn't work. He believed that he just did his day. Like, he doesn't believe he was working. He was just doing what he loved to do. It was more of a routine rather than a job for him. And when someone talks about their job like that, that means why would they leave? Why would they leave? And
Vince McMahon has been the CEO for how long? 40 years?
Yeah.
1982. He's been there for so long. You would think that he would have never retired.
No. Oh,
Even at the start of this year, it would have been unimaginable for Vince McMahon to retire.
100%.
Yeah.
Then the allegations came out from various of different women coming with their accusations against Vince.
Yeah.
$100,000 allegations turned into $3 million, $12 million, $21 million.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy time. Crazy.
And then the Wall Street Journal coming out, they leaked those stories about Vince McMahon, and it got to a point, and then come after the allegations came out, Vince McMahon came out the very next SmackDown at the next Raw, like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Vince McMahon coming out on Raw and SmackDown after the allegations came out, acting like nothing happened. Oh man.
Yeah, he was at a UFC event one of the nights too. The next Saturday. Yeah, it was a interesting.
And then it got to a point where it was so bad, Vince McMahon. It literally, if anything, this is a story that forced Vince. We all know Vince McMahon was never going to retire himself.
No.
Oh, this is something that forced him into retirement.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, he dug himself so much into a big hole, into a big dark hole. He was never going to recover from that. He was never getting out of that.
Yeah.
No, it was time for him to go. I mean, it was time for him to go probably like 5 years ago, but we are where we are, and I must say I've been very much enjoying a post McMahon era. So,
and look at the stocks now and the ratings and viewership and like the morale. They don't need Vince McMahon anymore. Yet I'm hearing rumors of Vince wanting to come back, and yet nobody wants him there. The board, I think, are the only ones that can get him back, and they don't want him back. They don't want him back. Even those higher up close to Vince don't want him there. The talent doesn't want him there. Stephanie doesn't want him there. Nick Khan doesn't want him there. Triple H doesn't want him there. Nobody wants Vince there. The only two people that want Vince there are Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn, and those two know their days are going to be numbered. Believe me. Especially with William Regal coming back next week going into the new year. And Bruce Pritchard was the one responsible for firing William Regal earlier this year. If you don't think Regal and Triple H and stuff are going to fire Bruce Pritchard by the end of next year, it's coming. It's only a matter of time.
Ooh. Oh man, I would love to be a fly on the wall to see what William Regal says to Bruce Pritchard face to face.
And there was even a Twitter thing that Regal said when Triple H went down with the heart attack last year, that Regal basically called Bruce an idiot, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Bruce is a Vince McMahon yes man, big time. Yes, Vince. Yes, Vince. Yes, Vince. I love that idea, Vince. I think that's great, Vince. Can I see you? Like, just yesing Vince to death, like if his life depended on it.
Yeah.
I did.
And now Bruce is seeing everything change right before his very eyes.
Yeah.
And there's no Vince McMahon to save him.
And what Triple H wants, Bruce can't even tell him no.
That's right.
Oh man. Bruce's days, man, they are all numbered.
Yep, and so is Kevin Dunn's too. When Triple H and Stephanie's power becomes more and more, Kevin Dunn will be out the door. Mark my words. His day's coming too.
Yeah.
And with Vince and the allegations, it's like, with the former divas on the roster, you wanted to shut them up because they were not given a contract and he would cheat on his wife. And then John Laurinaitis was a part of this too. Everybody knew right off the bat he was going to be the scapegoat. And he was. Johnny.
He was going to be fired no matter what.
Laurinaitis. People power. I listen to the people. They love me for it.
Nobody loves you, Mr. Laurinaitis.
I'm the executive vice president of talent relations.
You're not even a good advisor on how to take top rope moves.
Well, it's true. He did suck as a wrestler back then in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy doesn't know how to tell big men how to do top rope moves. I mean, just ask Sid Vicious.
Oh,
when he did not want to do that diving kick that he did, that broke his leg, and he didn't even want to do it, but John Laurinaitis forced him to do it. Oh my God.
Yeah. And John Laurinaitis.
That's a different story for a different day.
Yeah.
That's a different story for a different day.
Walking out because of Vince and Laurinaitis. Now that Vince and Laurinaitis are both gone.
Yeah.
With Laurinaitis back as head of talent relations February 2021, the locker room's scared. No shit.
Yeah, I know shit. I would be livid. Not even scared. I would not even be scared. I'll be pissed if I was forced to work with John Laurinaitis.
Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis hated women's wrestling. They give him 2 or 3 minute matches. They only cared about the looks. They hated women's wrestling. And I'm glad, and we all knew with the allegations starting in June, we all knew Laurinaitis was going to be as good as gone, and he'll never work in wrestling ever again. I'm just letting you guys know.
I hope so.
Laurinaitis is never going to work in the world of wrestling again. You know what he's going to be known as? Kathy Bella, the Bella Twins bitch. Because he also cheated on his wife, too.
Nice.
It would not shock me to learn that they divorced. It would not shock me to hear that.
Feeling the wrath of the Bella Twins' mother wouldn't surprise me at all. And yet there's some people that want Vince back. It could not be me. He's not coming back. Nobody wants him there. And
The only times I would want to see Vince back is for a Hall of Fame induction, which is more than likely he's gonna get one day.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's more than likely gonna get his. He's gonna headline his Hall of Fame. His Hall of Fame. He's gonna headline his class as Vince.
Yeah.
Though he has 80% of the voting power. The board could say no, but he could say yes, and the board say means nothing. Nobody wants him there. The board is the only one that can get him back, right? But they don't want him there. Nobody wants him there. And the company's doing just fine without him. They don't need Vince anymore. Stock is up. Morale is up. Everything's up.
Revenue is up.
Yep. Ratings, viewership is up.
The Royal Rumble at WrestleMania are
Sold
almost.
out.
If they are not sold out, they are almost.
Yeah.
I think the Chamber in Montreal next February is sold out now, too.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because they're putting on a better product.
The Raw episodes leading into WrestleMania, I think, if I remember, are almost a sellout.
That's the power of Triple H.
Yeah.
Vince was still there. You wouldn't see these shows sold out. Not even close to selling out. Yeah. Imagine. Yeah, there's some people that say, oh, Triple H in charge, not much has changed. He makes things better, but it's the same shit. Oh, these returns have been made. Oh, Triple H, changes here and there, but nothing major. I mean, we've said this since Triple H took over. It was never going to be an overnight change. You have to give it time. Give it at least a year, you'll see change. Give it a year and a half, you'll see a much better product. It's not going to be overnight. We all knew this, but you're seeing and feeling the change. Like the commentary's more free. They're saying wrestlers where it was saying superstars. Commentators are allowed to say the word wrestlers. Even the words hospital, which Vince was like, oh, you can't say hospital, pal. It's medical facility.
What medical facility you mean? What is a medical facility, Vince? Where is the
This was
facility
where
you're
the
talking
SmackDown
about?
after SummerSlam. This was the night Karrion Kross returned to attack Drew McIntyre. Roman said about Heyman that you have, like, when you take an F5 through the announce table, you got to go to the hospital. That's the change. That's change. If Vince was there, Roman would never be allowed to say the word hospital.
Yeah.
That was on Vince's banned list of words. Wrestling championship title belt, Money in the Bank briefcase, wrestler, wrestling, hospital. You know?
Yeah.
Now they're unbanned. That's
Yeah,
it's change.
Yeah. So what we got next as far as year-end show stuff?
Yes, we have. Oh, phone went. Hold on me. Let's go pull it up. It's right here. Okay. Yep. Yes. Category 13. I got this one. Match of the year.
Yep.
Cody and Seth, Hell in a Cell. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, Last Man Standing. Gunther and Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship, Clash of the Castle. And the men's War Games match at Survivor Series War Games of the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. Cody and Seth win in Hell in a Cell, win this by a landslide, 100%. Well deserved.
Yeah.
With the story it told, and with Cody with the torn pec and still wrestling, earning respect from a lot of people when he didn't have to do that. And when the people backstage are telling him, no, you don't have to do it, but Cody wanted to do it anyway to tell a great story with Seth. I think it's well deserved. Your guys' thoughts?
I think we spoke about it before, but just to recap, just the moment, him and Seth's story, the third match, the Hell in the Cell, the taking off the jacket, the injury, Seth's ability to also help carry Cody through those particular spots were all around amazing performance from both men. Great match of the year. Easy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man, I totally agree with you there, John. Adam?
My thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's no debate what was the best WWE match of the year. I think it was either that or Gunther versus Sheamus.
Yeah.
Clash Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seeing the image of Cody Rhodes with him after suffering the injury the night before his match, and then he comes out with purple on his right chest, revealing that he torn his pec.
Yeah.
And then he goes out there and has a phenomenal match, one of the best Hell in a Cell matches in a very long time.
Yeah.
I think that was awesome. The feud was awesome. The match was awesome. Their matches, the matches Cody and Seth had were awesome.
Not one bad.
And Cody Rhodes has a big 2023. Cody Rhodes, if anybody's gonna have a big 2023, is Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins as well. No, let's not forget about him.
He did say this past Monday on Raw, on the best of 2022 Raw this past Monday, that Cody said you're not going to get a Seth and Cody Part 4 match, which I hope is not. Which I'm glad we're not getting a Part 4 match.
No, not this year. Maybe a little down the line.
Just have them finish off the feud at the Rumble, if anything.
Have them both enter the Rumble and have them be the final two in the Rumble.
Yeah. And Cody can win, and then he faces Roman in Mania.
Yeah. That's if they don't get The Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
And honestly, shout-outs for matches of the year as well, even though they did not make this voting, is Roman versus Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Logan versus Roman. Bianca and Becky at Mania.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing match.
Yeah, and their match as well at SummerSlam. Bianca and her series of matches with Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
Roman and Rollins at the Rumble. Even with a dumb finish, but that match was great. It was the best match of the entire Rumble show itself.
Yeah, with that Rumble show being terrible as a whole.
Yeah, the Usos and the Street Profits. I'm gonna have to even adding some NXT matches here, like Braun Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov versus JD McDonough at Halloween Havoc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a great triple threat match. Drew McIntyre versus Roman, Sheamus and McIntyre on that one episode of SmackDown, I think.
Donnybrook match.
Yeah.
Balor versus Edge in an I Quit match.
Yeah.
That was a great match.
Yep.
I mean, this year for WWE, there have been full of bangers after bangers.
After bangers, yep.
After
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I mean, with match
Yeah,
of
with
the
match
year,
of the year, Rollins and Cody. I mean,
easy.
I would have to agree here.
absolutely. We go to the next 14th category, John.
All right.
Segment of the year.
We got segment of the year. Options were Very Usi, Dominic turns on Ray, KO show at WrestleMania 38, and shush off between Angle and Gable. We had a three-way tie between Very Usi, Dominic's turn on Ray, and KO show at WrestleMania 38. I think this one's tough. I enjoyed all three of them. I think I voted for Dominic's turn on Ray, but today I could be swayed.
That is on top of many people's lists for turn of the year.
So I mean,
because Dominic finally saw the light. He saw the light after being used for over 25 years by Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio's father. Get it together.
Dominic, Rey Mysterio's father. Oh man. Oh man. What? Oh my God.
Rey Mysterio's son.
Whoa. You said Dominic is Rey Mysterio's father. Oh my God. Oh man.
God.
Oh boy. Man, I didn't know about that one, bro. I didn't know, bro.
Gets a little confusing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but Rey Mysterio's son, though, The Miz and Cesaro have said otherwise.
I am sure he is his son. Yeah. I am sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
We have the segment of the year, Very Usi, Dominic turns on Ray and KO show at WrestleMania 38. Yeah, Dominic turning on Ray was, I enjoyed it. I mean, the way he low-blowed Edge, similar to how Eddie low-blowed Edge in late 2002 on SmackDown.
The way he clotheslined Rey Mysterio.
Hysterically.
The way he clotheslined Rey Mysterio looked very Guerrero, did it, bro?
How Eddie turned on Ray in 2005 in May, I believe, in 05 on an episode of SmackDown during their feud in 05. How Eddie kneeled to one knee and clotheslined Ray. This is after they lost their tag team titles to M&M. Joey Mercury and Johnny Nitro with Melina.
Yeah, that was for me probably it. And I think it's close though. But don't think
Rey Mysterio there, John and Adam.
Yeah,
Rey Mysterio, not Ray. Dominic Mysterio.
Yes, there's more proof, ladies and gentlemen. Even John Doherty is saying Dominic is not Rey Mysterio's son. There's more proof, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. He is Eddie Guerrero's son, bros.
I'm saying he's Ray. I think you guys are just trying to get the marks. That's what I think. Right?
I don't know. Do Mysterios date muscular women? Or do they turn heel?
They don't turn heel.
But yeah, Dominic turning on Ray at Clash of the Castle 2022. I did enjoy the KO show in Texas, WrestleMania 38 Night 1, leading to Austin versus KO. Pretty entertaining stuff. Crowd was loud for Austin in his home state in Texas. The Very Uzi segment with Sami Zayn with the Bloodline. Sami Zayn saying that Jay just hasn't been feeling very Uzi.
Yeah,
and Sami Zayn just genuinely funny, cracking a smile on Roman Reigns. When you can do that, you know you're a national treasure.
Yeah.
And getting Jay to crack a smile and laugh and making Roman really crack a smile and nearly laugh.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to see Solo Sikoa's facial laughing reaction, though they didn't show him on camera. Just imagine Solo Sikoa's reaction to that very Uzi line.
Yeah. It was good stuff. That's why I say I whatever you want to pick, I'll go with. But for me, it was the Dominic stuff, just because I don't know. I just thought it was a great heel turn. But whatever you got, whatever is decided, thought it was all great.
And the Dominic heel turn was the best thing for him because he had no charisma, he had no personality, and now look at him.
Yeah.
Even with the Judgment Day, the best thing that ever happened to him. If Vince was there, still in charge, Dominic with the Judgment Day would have been terrible. Vince would not have booked him right.
Then he wouldn't even be in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's right.
Nope. But now with Triple H in charge, and Triple H obviously loves Finn Balor, he likes Damian Priest, he definitely likes Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
It's like Dominic is just like so much better than where he was like earlier this year.
Yeah.
And with Dominic and Rhea invading Ray's property and home not once but twice, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get Dominic and Ray next year at WrestleMania for Ray's mask.
It's surely bound to happen.
They've been teasing it, but Dominic and Rhea, listen to this. They've invaded Ray's home on Thanksgiving and on Christmas. Invading the Mysterio household on New Year's Eve. Maybe by Dominic and Rhea.
Let's have Finn Balor and Damian Priest invade the Mysterio house, trying to get revenge for Dominic.
Yeah. Though Dominic, according to Adam, he said Dominic was wrongfully arrested.
Yeah, he was wrongfully arrested. He didn't do anything wrong.
He invaded Ray's house. He turned on Ray.
He didn't lay one physical hit. He did not attack anyone physically to get arrested.
Yeah.
That's all because Rey Mysterio refused to lay a head on Dominic because he knows Dominic will beat his ass again. And he needs police to do his dirty work.
Well, anyways, we then move on to the 15th and final category of this video. Adam, you got this one, my man.
Catchphrase of the year. It's very Uzi. Acknowledge me. TikTok. Watch the clock.
Carrying Cross.
Fire. Fire.
After buying her.
And congratulations to Very Uzi.
I mean, 67%.
67%. Acknowledge me at 33%. And TikTok and Banger.
After banger. Yeah.
They got 0% of the votes.
Ridiculous. That doesn't feel right.
It doesn't. You're not feeling very Uzi, Adam. I'm not. I don't think.
Yeah, but the catchphrase of the year feels very Uzi.
Yes. I mean, you gotta feel very Uzi right now.
Yeah.
I'll be feeling very Uzi tomorrow. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be live at SmackDown tomorrow in Tampa.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun.
He felt very Uzi all year.
I mean, you got Sikoa fighting Sheamus. I mean, I wonder if Sammy is going to give Solo a pep talk before his match with Sheamus.
Then I wonder too. And then you guys will have your favorite match of the night with Ronda and Raquel. I know you guys are.
That's gonna be a 5-star classic, there, pal.
Yeah,
so much fun that I'll be on my fucking phone.
Or I'll probably be like.
Good bathroom break match.
Yeah, concession stand match. I don't expect Raquel and Ronda to be good at all.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
We get catchphrase of the year going to Very Uzi. No brainer. The segment with Sami Zayn with the Very Uzi line. I mean, Sami Zayn, he doesn't try hard to be funny. He's just genuinely and organically funny.
Oh, he's
just that good. He is that good. And I mean, it's like this was like earlier. This was the opening segment of that SmackDown weeks ago that occurred. Like Sami was trying to calm down, trying to be peacemaker for the Bloodline before Roman came out.
Yeah.
And then it's like Roman Reigns cracking a smile. Then he's like to Jay, "So let me get this straight, Jay. You haven't been very Uzi." Then he's like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do." This is like right after Ray J, like what he just mentioned earlier, ripped the Bloodline shirt off of Sammy. Then it looked like Roman was gonna belittle Sammy and beat the crap out of him, and like Roman getting booed. Like, and everyone thought, "Oh shit, Sammy's getting kicked out of Bloodline," only for Roman to give Sammy an honorary Ooze shirt, like swerving us all.
Great stuff.
Great. But your guys' thoughts on all this?
It's not surprising that that very Uzi won catch rate of the year.
I love it.
I mean, who doesn't love Sami Zayn in the bloodline?
Or El Generico, same guy.
Whoa! El Generico retired and then is now running an orphanage in Mexico.
No. El Generico is not Sami Zayn. They are two different people. Sami Zayn does not speak Mexican. He doesn't speak Spanish. He doesn't wear a mask.
He's from Ring of Honor.
El Generico.
He doesn't wear a mask.
Remember, he retired and started an orphanage. Nick, come on.
He's saving the orphanages in Mexico with El Generico.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn is someone who was trained by El Generico.
Yes.
A student under him.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, Sami with the bloodline, great stuff, man. And Sami Zayn, it's like with the and Sami Zayn also, I like coming with the Johnny Knoxville stuff entertaining, and then him with the bloodline, what originally wasn't supposed to last long, but that was before Vince retired. And it's crazy because I remember reading the story. Sami Zayn, his WWE contract originally was going to expire this past spring, and I'm actually glad he re-signed and signed a new deal.
Yeah.
And getting rewarded.
And then Kevin Owens' contract, I think, was going to come up at the beginning of this year too. And then I was very surprised that Sami and Kevin both signed a new deal.
To be fair, I wasn't surprised.
It was crazy. Last year they were going to be leaving, especially KO going to AEW, and now a year later, not anymore.
They're getting rewarded.
I think Sami and Kevin are pretty much WWE lifers.
They deserve all the money in the world.
I think Sami and Kevin are at this point in their careers, I think they're pretty much both WWE lifers at this point. I don't see them going anywhere in the future. I don't. Even a recent report, Kevin Owens said, I signed a new deal earlier this year. I have 3 years left on my deal, and I don't see myself going anywhere else. And, I mean, is Kevin Owens wrong? I don't think so. Why would he go anywhere else? He's doing such good work right now. Even we're seeing NXT Owens on Raw. Why would he leave? With the Sami Zayn bloodline, he ain't going anywhere. Not going anywhere at all. And Triple H is taking very good care of him. He's not going to let Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn just walk. He loves those guys. Especially they were both Triple H guys coming out of the NXT Black and Gold. Big Triple H guys. And I'm very excited for what Sami and Kevin are going to do, especially when they beat the Usos for those tag team titles. And I'm very excited to see when after Sami and Kevin beat the Usos, if they're going to reveal new designs of the tag team title, which I heard rumors months ago. They're considering changing the designs of a lot of their championships currently on the main roster.
Hope so.
Which I do think the tag titles do need an upgrade. They look like the SmackDown tag team titles. It's just blue and silver, red straps with silver plating. So the Raw tag titles, it's very lazy.
Yeah,
I think the IC title I think is okay. US title's fine. WWE title, what you guys think on that?
I hate that there's two world titles that look exactly the same.
Yeah,
I hate that. I mean, I'm a big fan of bring the big gold belt back, but I know that's probably never gonna happen. But I miss
that big gold belt so much.
Miss it.
They should have never got rid of it in 2013. I mean, the big logo with the WWE title, I mean, it's okay. I've seen a lot worse. It's better than that spinner belt.
I don't hate the spinner. I know you guys. I know a lot of people hate the spinner, but I don't hate this.
Yeah, but it's like bringing back the big gold belt, I think would be great. Changing the tag titles, I think, is definitely long overdue. They should change the tag title designs. I would merge. I would not end the brand split, and I don't think they're gonna, especially with a lot of these returns going into the next year. I do think they're keeping the brand split. It's not going away. But I do think they should merge the tag teams.
Yeah. In
my opinion.
Yeah.
But why do you say that? We don't need two sets of tag team titles. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you tried a tag division on Raw and the other on SmackDown, there's not enough depth. Even with a lot of returns, there's not enough depth for two tag team divisions. I think it's just better with one division for the tag teams. If you want to do 2 women's divisions, fine. Even them, I say have 1 women's division, have the women's champion just float between both brands. But the tag team, I mean, we have 2 sets of women's titles. Okay. The tag teams, I would definitely merge, in my opinion. What's your guys' thoughts on that? Especially if you get a trios championship. If you bring in a trios championship with all these trios on the main roster now, you probably are going to have to merge the tag team divisions. Because you have too many titles, it's too much.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to rush out of here, but just want to wrap. We could start wrapping this up and probably catch you on. We could do another video on that one day.
Absolutely. But we are about 2 hours, 10 minutes into this video, and that is all our categories for this year in the award show. Guys, any parting words before we get the hell out of here?
No, I think we covered everything we wanted to. That was great talking to you guys. Absolutely wonderful talking to you guys. Love talking pro wrestling with guys who watch it, and I think we had good stuff today. Recapping 2022, sending 2022 off with a bang going into 2023, and I'm excited for WWE going into the new year, and with Triple H in charge, it's only going to get better, and you haven't even seen Triple H even start yet, and I'm very excited what he's got up his sleeve going into 2023 with the free agents, people about to become free agents, people he wants to bring in and bring back. I'm excited. I'm very excited going into the Rumble, what Triple H has planned for the Royal Rumble, and going into WrestleMania season and the draft coming out of Mania. I'm excited. Yeah,
I'm genuinely excited. I probably haven't felt this excited in a long time, if I'm honest. And I know it's not just us, it's a lot of people, but thank you guys so much for joining us here in the year-end awards for 2022.
It's been a great video, man.
Yeah,
going into this video with you guys.
Yes,
2022 was a fucking crazy year.
Adam and John being entertaining, especially Adam as usual. And
I'll always be entertaining. I'll always bring entertainment values to the table.
Yes, in truth too. But follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579 and Instagram Nicholas Fiori 2014 and Facebook Nicholas Fiori 31. Links in the description. Follow John and Adam on Twitter. Links will be in the description as well. Go follow those guys on Twitter. Hit the like on this very video and subscribe to Fiorious Nation as well. Be greatly appreciated, all of you guys. And hit the bell for all notifications if you have not done so already. And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm Nick Fiori, Adam Carl, John Doherty. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And I will see you within the new year. And have a happy new year.
Hope you enjoyed your Christmas as well. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas, and I hope you all enjoy a happy new year.
Yes, hope you all enjoyed your holidays and your Christmas, and have a happy new year. Goodbye, 2022. Hello, 2023. I will see you guys come 2023, and I love all you guys and appreciate you guys so very much, and we will see you guys next time here in the channel going when 2023 hits, and I will see you all in 2023. Peace.